Hi everyone, welcome back. So issue 46, we get the first of our 3 sprues for the Adeptus Sororitas portion of our collection. We'll have a look at the plastic in a mo. Put those aside. Let's have a look at the magazine. So you get 7 miniatures apparently with this. You get in a Sister Repentia, 2 Seraphim, 3 Battle Sisters and an Arco-Flagellant. Or as I used to call them for a long time, Agro-Flatulence. But that's just childish. Or is it? Nah. Anyway, Adeptus Sororitas Reinforcements, a thrilling new story, Adeptus Sororitas Rules and Mission. So, Battle Sisters, Warriors of Faith. So we're getting a battle record for the Battle Sisters. Giving you information about the full squad. You will get a simulacrum in this set, but you won't actually get a heavy weapon. You'll get a special weapon. You get 2 special weapons. You'll get a Storm Bolter and the Ministorum Flamer in with these warriors, but you won't get a heavy weapon. Now, battle record on the back, and then we come into our Seraphim squad. Now, both of these go into our black section. So it's a standard Seraphim squad. The unit 5, it gives you information about their power swords and bolt pistol, etc. And then we have the battle record. Then we come into the instructions for building these. And we're starting off with the 3 Battle Sisters and then the Seraphim. And I'm looking forward to the Seraphim. I haven't added any Seraphim to my army yet. The only jump pack infantry I've got for my sisters is in the shape of Celestine and her 2 Gemini. So that was these 2. So they're the only current jump pack troops I have. So I'm looking forward to adding the Seraphim that come with this collection. And then we're going on to our Sister Repentia and our Arco-Flagellant. Now, you get 3 sprues with this, and it will give you 10 Battle Sisters, 5 Seraphim, 4 Sisters Repentia. It will give you a Repentia Superior, 3 Arco-Flagellants, and a I've forgotten the name of it now. Penitent Engine. So that's what you get collection wise. So obviously we've got the Canoness in a previous issue, issue 42. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double up and I'm going to buy a combat patrol. And although it will give me another Canoness and it will give me another Sister Repentia, Repentia Superior, I'll probably just put those up on eBay at auction for 99p each. But then what that does is it will give me 2 units of Battle Sisters, 2 units of Seraphim. It will give me a squad of 8 Sisters Repentia and a Repentia Superior, and it will give me a unit of 6 Arco-Flagellants and 2 Penitent Engines, which to my mind is, giving those units better survivability by adding in the extras. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'm obviously starting off with this first. We then come into our how to paint section. Coming into all of this, going to be interesting to see the... I may try and use the paint scheme for the Arcoflagellants and the Sister Repentias here and see how that works out. But quite a large paint section. You've got 4 pages paint section. Then get data sheets for the Battle Sister squad and the Seraphim squad. Tutorial, Sky Strike for the Seraphim. And then we have our Initiate 07 mission. Head for the surface. Trapped inside Necron-infested Hive Electia Prime, scattered bands of Imperial soldiers fight their way towards the surface and safety offered by the Basilica of St. Martius. The Canoness has formed a small force comprised of surviving Battle Sisters, a trio of Assault Intercessors and 2 graceful and deadly Seraphim. She must make use of her newfound allies if she is to breach the Necron lines and return to her place of worship. So Necron's Overlord. Hunt them down. The Necrons have seized large areas of the Hive but are yet to crush all resistance. The Overlord, keen to press its current advantage, has located the enemy commander and chosen to personally lead a small force to intercept and eliminate his opposing number, thereby shifting the conflict to the Necrons' favour. Breakout. With her shock troops depleted by heavy fighting, the Canoness has only a small force available to her. Her forces must survive the Necron ambush, eliminate their enemies and clear a path through the Administratum districts to the surface of the moon. She must pray that the Emperor protects. So the Canoness, Adeptus Sororitas. It's coming up with a scout mission again. Right. Engage and eliminate. Mission briefing. Amidst the Gauls scarred smoking husks of Administratum buildings, the Imperial resistance presses forward, obliterating any who stand in their path. Necrons. Overlord, 2 Immortals, 2 Scarab Swarms, a Canoptic Wraith. Adeptus Sororitas, 1 Canoness, 3 Battle Sisters, 2 Seraphim and 3 Assault Intercessors. And your battlefield again is a large grey battlefield, and you're using the 2 Sector Ruins and your pipe set. And then to look forward, we have issue 47 is 2 paints, Pink Horror and Wild Rider Red, and then we have another Ruined Factorum terrain in issue 48. So there you go, that's the magazine. Let's have a look at the plastic. So I know that this set came out in 2019. This is when this set was originally released, because it was part of the range refresh for the Battle Sisters at that time, as the Army box set, special edition Army box set. And then they've obviously repurposed the 3, but they've repurposed the sprues so that these now form the combat patrol. And I do think that it's a reasonably good place to start from when building a Sisters army. If you were to get 2 combat patrols, I mean, despite the fact you're doubling up on HQ choices, it would give you, like I said previously, 20 Sisters, 10 Seraphim, 8 Repentia, 6 Arcoflagellant, 2 Penitent Engines, and 2 Rhinos as well if you were to get the combat patrol twice. Or without the Rhino, if you were to buy 2 sets of the magazines that these sprues come with. But yeah, looking at this, and obviously they've made the most of the sprue. I am loving the jump packs here. The Seraphim jump packs have always been a favourite of mine, even when they were in metal. They looked fantastic. And looking at, there's a selection of heads, but obviously I think some of these might be for other units. Now, obviously there's a mix of helmeted and non-helmeted heads, and I may very well dip into my spares box to try and helmet every one of the Sisters, because I prefer my troops that way. So yeah, I prefer to have my troops helmeted rather than not helmeted where I get a choice. So I will obviously dip in and helmet up. But yeah, you know, multi-pose, I mean, these Seraphim, you know, they're multi-part monopose, but you know, they're going to go together in a similar way that the Gemini did when I built Celestine and her bodyguard. So I did do a video for that, and a paint video for her, so you can if you want, I'll pop a link in the description to that video and you can have a look how they went together. But I will do one of each in this video. I'll build one of each so that you can see, and then you get you're getting some 32mm bases. I've got 5. Am I missing one? Oh no, sorry, 2 Seraphim, isn't it? And then you get these horrible flying stands, which I do not like at all. So I may change these and use the traditional flying stands with the upright and just drill a hole into the backpack of the Seraphim to secure my Seraphim to that. Anyhow, that's the magazine and the plastic. Been looking forward to getting this. So yeah, join me in a second, we'll build some. Okay, so what I've decided is I will show you how one of the Seraphim goes together and how one of the Battle Sisters go together. I'm going to leave the Sister Repentia and Arco-Flagellant until a later video, and then in the next sprue that we get, I believe it's going to be the Penitent Engine, so I can build that along with the Sister Repentia. And then in the third sprue that we get, which should be a repeat of the one in this video, I'll do a Repentia and Flagellant, and we'll do it that way. But let's quickly go through the Battle Sister first. So they're all monopose miniatures, and they are multi-part, which means that you can make them a lot more dynamic. Anybody that remembers the 132 scale soldiers that you used to buy from Airfix, all their poses were pretty flat, because they had to be moulded in the one piece. But obviously with these kits, Games Workshop are able to make more dynamic poses. So although they're monopose, they're multi-part, which allows for the dynamicism. So although this particular kit says that I should glue the front torso onto the legs first, I've actually glued the torso halves together, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push this in to position, and I find that's the easiest way to do minis like this. I've then got the bolt pistol to pop on, because on this one it's separate, although on the other ones it's moulded on, which is quite nice to see. One of the things that really annoys me with the Space Marine kits is that they don't always come with all the pistols. You know, the Space Marines are supposed to be armed with a pistol and a bolter as their primary loadout, but they don't always give you enough in the kit. So this lower forearm is keyed, so that's gone into position, and then I'm not actually going to glue the gun in until I've painted but I am just checking that, and then I won't glue the backpack on for ease of painting. Now the nice thing about these is that they all come with a nice array of, you know, pouches, these Battle Sisters, which I think is really nice, because again, you know, you don't always get enough pouches to kit out the troops in these sets, which is a bit it's a bit annoying, to be quite honest. It's actually very annoying, if I'm honest. But these backpacks are, you know, and any one of these backpacks can go on any one of these sisters, to be quite honest. The other thing that I will point out is that although these backpacks don't necessarily fit all the sisters kits, they do. So for example, this backpack didn't want to sit on the Sister Superior for my Battle Sister squad, but it does fit. So all of these backpacks that come with this army set are the same as will fit the standard sisters. So that's always good. So again, if you're buying two sets of this, you can have, if you've got sisters already, you can have a little bit of variation. And it's the same with the heads. Although these heads have got pegs, if you trim the peg away, you can just position the head and position different heads to give you, again, variation. But that's this is the Battle Sister. It's as far as I'm going to take her. What I will do is just show you what I do for the barrel. So I always drill out the hole for the flash eliminator at the side before I go in and carefully as I can drill the hole for the barrel, and I use a 0.75mm drill bit so that I'm not stretching the plastic around it, and then I'll just use the end of a scalpel to just make that, round it out so that it's even as much as I can eyeball it. Like so. And then just make sure I clear out any plastic trimmings that may have been caught up in there. And that's that. That's how I do my barrels. So come back in a second, we'll do the Seraphim. Let's build our Seraphim. So again, I'm going to start with gluing the torso together like so. And then I'm going to pop the leg on, the additional leg here. So that's what we're up to. The next is the arm and pistol. That's that. And then the head. So there you go, that's the 2 Seraphim done. This one I did previously. They're quite dynamic in their pose. I'm not going to put the jetpack on, again for ease of painting. However, having said that, what I have done is I'm not keen on these flying stands. So what I've done, I don't know if you can see, I've drilled a 0.9mm hole in the base of the jetpack there. And then I've put a piece of paperclip, drilled a hole in the top of this flying stem, put the paperclip in. And the reason I've done that is to allow better positioning and contact for the jetpack on this mini. So once I've finished the sisters, I'll glue that to the pin, and as you can see it goes into the base of the jetpack like so, and then hopefully that will give me a much stronger bond for the sisters on these flying stems, and I've done it with the other one as well. So all being well, that's the way we're going to proceed. Okay, so hopefully you'll join me in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye bye.